Welcome to our TLC exam preparation video. The TLC driver license is your key to driving yellow taxis, green taxis, livery, black cars, and limousines. Let's dive into some practice questions to help you ace the exam. Each question will have 4 options, and I'll provide the answer after presenting the options. Let's get started. In Queens, which park is closest to the intersection of Grand Central Parkway and I-495 Long Island Expressway? Option A. Marcus Garvey Park. Option B. Elmhurst Park. Option C. Central Park. Option D. Flushing Meadows Corona Park. The answer to this question is option D. Flushing Meadows Corona Park. In Queens, which highway is closest to Elmhurst Park? Option A. I-678, Van Wyck Expressway. Option B. I-495, Long Island Expressway. Option C. I-95. Option D. The park is not in Queens. The answer to this question is option B. I-495, Long Island Expressway. In Queens, which park is nearest the intersection of Juniper Boulevard North and Dry Harbor Road? Option A. Flushing Meadows Park. Option B. Elmhurst Park. Option C. Juniper Valley Park. Option D. Dry Harbor Park. The answer to this question is option C. Juniper Valley Park. All the following are in Queens except option A. Cambria Heights. Option B. Williamsburg. Option C. LaGuardia Airport. Option D. Queens Village. The answer to this question is option B. Williamsburg. In Queens, Yellowstone Boulevard and 68th Road intersects at which park? Option A. Travers Park. Option B. Bluestone Park. Option C. Yellowstone Park. Option D. West 68th Road Park. The answer to this question is option C. Yellowstone Park. In Queens, which of the following roads intersect at Roy Wilkins Park? Option A. Merrick Boulevard and Baisley Boulevard. Option B. Roy Wilkins Park is not in Queens. Option C. Merrick Boulevard and Farmers Boulevard. Option D. Farmers Boulevard and Grand Central. The answer to this question is option A. Merrick Boulevard and Baisley Boulevard. If you find this video helpful, please give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this video on your Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and other social media platforms. This will help us create more useful content like this. In Queens, which boulevard/road runs along Montbelier Park? Option A. Merrick Boulevard. Option B. Farmers Boulevard. Option C. Queens Boulevard. Option D. Springfield Boulevard. The answer to this question is option D. Springfield Boulevard. A passenger wants a ride from LaGuardia Airport to JFK Airport in Queens. What will be the best route to take in order to avoid delaying the passenger? Option A. Grand Central East to the JFK AirTran at the Jamaica Station. Option B. Grand Central West, then Van Wyck Expressway South to JFK. Option C. Grand Central East, then Van Wyck Expressway South to JFK. Option D. Grand Central Parkway West, to Brooklyn Queens Expressway West, Long Island Expressway East, then Van Wyck South to JFK. The answer to this question is option C. Grand Central East, then Van Wyck Expressway South to JFK. All the following neighborhoods are in Queens except option A. Kew Gardens. Option B. Cambria Heights. Option C. Harlem. Option D. Jamaica. The answer to this question is option C. Harlem. In the Bronx, which park is closest to the intersection of E233 and Murdoch Avenue? Option A. Westchester Bay Park. Option B. Northchester Bay Park. Option C. Pelham Bay Park. Option D. Seton Falls Park. The answer to this question is option D. Seton Falls Park. In the Bronx, what direction is Van Cortlandt Park from New York Botanical Garden? Option A, southeast. Option B, northwest. Option C, southwest. Option D, northeast. The answer to this question is option B, northwest. Which of the following neighborhoods is/are in the Bronx? Option A, Tremont. Option B, Morris Park. Option C, West Bronx. Option D, all the above. The answer to this question is option D. All the above are in the Bronx. In the Bronx, which park is nearest to the east end of East Gun Hill Road? Option A, Flushing Park. Option B, East Bronx Park. Option C, Pelham Bay Park. Option D, none of the above. The answer to this question is option C, Pelham Bay Park. Which of the following neighborhood is not in the Bronx? Option A, Washington Heights. Option B, Parkchester. Option C, Kingsbridge. Option D, Fordham Heights. The answer to this question is option Washington Heights is a Manhattan neighborhood. In the Bronx, Mosholu Parkway and I-87 meet at option A, Fordham Heights. Option B, contrary to popular belief, they do not meet. Option C, Pelham Bay Park. Option D, Van Cortlandt Park. The answer to this question is option D, Van Cortlandt Park. In the Bronx, Morris Park Avenue and Williamsbridge Road intersect at which neighborhood? Option A, Parkchester. Option B, Morris Park. Option C, Fordham Heights. Option D, Baychester. The answer to this question is option B, Morris Park. In the Bronx, East 183rd Street and Grand Concourse meet at which neighborhood? Option A, Fordham Heights. Option B, Parkchester. Option C, Baychester. Option D, Yonkers. The answer to this question is option A, Fordham Heights. In Staten Island, Forest Avenue intersects with option A, Beaumont Avenue. Option B, Grand Central Parkway. Option C, all of the above. Option D, none of the above. The answer to this question is option A, Beaumont Avenue. In Staten Island, Pelton Avenue intersects with option A, Grand Central Parkway. Option B, Beaumont Avenue. Option C, all of the above. Option D, none of the above. The answer to this question is option B, Beaumont Avenue. In Staten Island, Prospect Avenue is north of which park? Option A, Jones Woods Park. Option B, St. Augustine Park. Option C, Prospect Park. Option D, none of the above. The answer to this question is option A, Jones Woods Park. In Staten Island, Henderson Avenue and Broadway meet near which park? Option A, Henderson Broadway Park. Option B, Jones Woods Park. Option C, Prospect Park. Option D, Corporal Thompson Park. The answer to this question is option D, Corporal Thompson Park. In Staten Island, which water crossing is at the north end of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Expressway? Option A, Whitestone Bridge of Staten Island. Option B, Goethals Bridge. Option C, Bayonne Bridge. Option D, none of the above. The answer to this question is option C, Bayonne Bridge. In Staten Island, Victory Boulevard and Manor Road intersect at which neighborhood? Option A, Arlington. Option B, West Brighton. Option C, Sunnyside. Option D, Castleton Corners. The answer to this question is option D, Castleton Corners. Which park is located near the southeast end of Travis Avenue in Staten Island? Option A, La Tourette Park. Option B. There are no parks in Staten Island. Option C. Staten Island Military Park. Option D. Park Travis. The answer to this question is option La Tourette Park. In Staten Island, Travis Avenue intersects Nearing Avenue in which neighborhood? Option A. Old Springville. Option B. Sunnyside. Option C. New Springville. Option D. West Brighton. The answer to this question is option C. New Springville. In Staten Island, which street is at the south end of La Tourette Park? Option A. Rockland Avenue. Option B. Richmond Avenue. Option C. Travis Avenue. Option D. Arthur Kill Street. The answer to this question is option D. Arthur Kill Street. What is the direction to Great Kills Park from La Tourette Park in Staten Island? Option A. Southeast. Option B. Northeast. Option C. Northwest. Option D. North. The answer to this question is option A. Southeast. I hope you found these practice questions helpful. Remember, success in the TLC exam